Hello, hello everyone. My name is Valeria, and alongside my colleague Paulo, we will present ethics in business, administrative process, and strategic foundation. In today's corporate world, ethic is not just an opinion; it is a foundation of sustainable success. Ethics guides decisions, build trust, and helps organizations create long-term value for employees, customers, and society. So, To begin, it is important to define business ethics. Business ethics refers to the moral principles and strategies that guide behavior with an organization. It helps leaders and employees distinguish between what is simply legal and what is genuinely right. Business ethics influence how companies interact with employees, customers, suppliers, and the community. So, when we analyze the POLC framework, that is planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, ethics becomes the foundation of every stage. In planning, ethics helps establish responsible goals. In organizing, it promotes values and respect within the structure of the company. In leading, it encourages trust, motivation, and ethical leadership. And in controlling, it is ensured accountability and compliance with standards. In this way, ethics serves as the moral compass that aligns business objectives with social responsibility. So, core pillar of business integrity. Our ethical framework is built on three essential pillars. The first one, integrity, that is acting constantly according to the value and principles. Second, accountability, taking responsibility of decisions, action, and outcomes. And the third one, transparency, promoting open communication, honesty, and clearly in business operation. Together, these pillar strategies trust and organizationally credibility. And ethical decision making cycle. So finally, ethics becomes practical through the ethical decision making cycle. This process includes identifying the dilemma, generating, generating relevant information, evaluating alternatives, choosing the most ethical action, implementing it, and monitoring the results. This allows organizations to make decisions that are not only effective but also responsibility and sustainable. Now I will pass the floor to Pablo, who will explain how ethics connects with responsibility and corporate outcomes. Stop.
Thank you, Valeria. This is the corporate social responsibility. So, to moving forward into the practical application, corporate social responsibility or CSR requires firms to look beyond mere compliance. So, it means actively protecting the environment, supporting the community, and ensuring fair internal governance. So, an example to beyond compliance is that environment reduces carbon footprint. The social, the careerable activities and the community support and the governance, fair trade and meritocracy. So this is beyond compliance. So these are the levels of ethical planning. So just like traditional administrative planning, ethics operates at three distinct levels, and these are strategic ethics that defines the long-term corporate mission, the tactical ethics that translates those values into specific department codes and conduct, and operational ethics governs day-to-day routines and frontline tasks. So the strategic, this is the top. The mission and values are high-level enterprise positioning and long-term vision. The tactical middle, code of ethics, guidelines for departmental behavior standards. The operational front, day-to-day conduct, routine task execution, and immediate problem solving. So, the economic impact of high ethics is that an essential point to understand is that ethics drives performance. High ethical standards result in a 90% increase in customer trust, higher employee retention, and better access to capital as modern investors heavily prioritize ESG metrics. So the example for this is the customer loyalty. As you can see, the 90% increased trust, the employee satisfaction, the 85% retention rate, and the investment attraction, the 75% ESG priority. So ethical companies attract higher quality talent and patient capital, driving long-term sustainability. Balancing stakeholder interests. This is a graphic of impact. So as you can see, customers and community is compounded by the 40%. Then the employees and suppliers, 30%, shareholders, 15%, and the future environment, 15%. So as managers, our job is to balance multiple stakeholders' interests. As we can see in this framework, we must protect our customers and employees while simultaneously delivering results to shareholders and safeguarding the environment. These goals are interconnected. And then this is the navigating ethical dilemmas. So, however, execution faces real-world challenges. Leaders constantly navigate complex ethical dilemmas, such as conflicts of interest, corruption risks, and data privacy vulnerabilities. Overcoming this requires a strong strategic foundation, and then the core management ethics glossary, the fiduciary duty, the whistleblowing, and the ESG metrics. So, to conclude our technical overview, let's review three critical terms for our glossary. The fiduciary duty, our obligation to act in the best interest of our clients and shareholders. The whistleblowing, the duty to report organizational misconduct, and the ESG metrics, the standards used to measure sustainability. So, as famous saying goes, integrity is doing the right thing even when no one's watching. Thank you very much for your attention. Valeria and I are now open to questions and motivate you to be a better person. Thank you very much.